Hi there, it's Stuart here again with my next thought for the day, working through the Lord's Prayer, partly inspired by this book, What Every Child Should Know About Prayer. We've worked through the phrase, Our Father, we've worked through the phrase, Holy be your name, and next up, as I'm sure you're all aware, is the phrase, Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And there are two main things to say about that, really. First is that phrase reminds us that this is not our world, it's God's world, and our lives are not our own lives, they are God's lives. And so when we pray, Your will be done, what we're doing is we're giving up authority and control over our lives, and we're recognising that they're God's to do with as He so pleases. We trust, of course, that He's a good God and He's going to do what is good for us. But when we say that, it recognises that God's idea of what is good for us might actually be different than our own idea, and we seek to submit ourselves to that. Second thing to say is that if we do submit ourselves to God's will by praying, Your will be done, it provides a framework for us for what we ask of Him. Instead of asking for the things that serve our felt needs, we will first focus on the things we know is God's will for us, which, to summarise quickly, perhaps to borrow from the Westminster Catechism, is simply to say to glorify Him by enjoying Him forever. And of course, we glorify God most when we are saved by Him, when we are full of the joy of salvation, trusting in Jesus and growing in grace. And friends, if it takes a worldwide health crisis to be stuck in your homes for 3 weeks, or to lose your job, or even to lose your free time in the situation we find ourselves in, if it takes that for God to be glorified in your life, then He will do it. But we don't need to resent that, and we don't need to despair, because God's glory is always for the good of His people. That's how it works out. So be bold and continue to pray, Your will be done.